You talked about hormone levels. So there's normal, which is what would be okay for the population, which you would get from a standard Western medical doctor. There's optimization levels where you're really optimizing your health. And then there's the range, what I like to refer to as the equivocal. It's in between everything, but it's where you and I live because it's not addressed. It's not bad, it's not good, it's harboring on okay.
Number one, how do they feel? How are they responding? Any side effects? And then I correlate that with the numbers. It's so putting the two together. But optimal is definitely different from normal for sure. And some things, a lot of people are like, you have to control this or raise this or lower that. And again, everybody's different. But in general, the ones you want to optimize are the ones we talked about: the testosterone, the thyroid, DHEA, etc. And then there's some you have to control. A lot of times, like cortisol gets or insulin gets demonized, like it's bad. You got to lower it, lower it, lower it. I'm like, well, not always. Sometimes you want cortisol high, you want insulin high at certain times. It's about the timing. So you want to basically have the right time. It's all about the timing. In the morning, your cortisol should be higher. When you're working out, it should be higher. Insulin after you eat, it should be a little higher. If you want to put on mass, you want to optimize your timing of your nutrition and your workouts to get that anabolic spike. So it's not that it's bad, but too much or too much all the time. Like we were talking about stress. If we're stressed all the time, our cortisol is always high. Well, that's not good, but it's not necessarily evil. I see that a lot on social media. It's like cortisol bad, SHBG bad, insulin bad. Like, no, not necessarily. It's like water can be bad if you drink too much of it, right? But it's all
Sure.
about timing, more than anything. So
What do you attribute to the fact that most men in our age brackets are having lower testosterone and loss of muscle mass?
it's hard to say for sure, but I attribute that to, our environment, really. All the plastics, the phthalates, the BPA, the EMF exposure, the nutrients being depleted from our soil, all the crap in our food, Wi-Fi, like I said, living inside all day, stress, lack of sleep, staying up all night, playing on their phones. I think all these factors contribute to it. Is there, causing things to mitigate our normal hormonal response and accelerate that decline compared to, our grandfathers, for example. They didn't have a lot of this. They lived in a completely different world back then. So more natural, more healthy, perhaps. So I think they didn't get that decline until much later. So I just attribute it. I really believe it has to do more with environmental changes and effects more than anything else.